What that's going to get you? Defeat. Now, I realize it may be somewhat controversial to say, and I certainly am no stranger to controversy, but I live in Realville, and logic and common sense perhaps are my burden. I'm burdened with logic. I'm burdened with common sense. If Romney goes in there, treats them as equals, if he treated them as independent thinking adults and gets booed, then what could he have said to engender applause? And I'm thinking more of the same. What he could go on and promise what Obama's going to give him. He got applause on gay marriage. Same-sex marriage. He got applause on that. But I'm not dealing with what really happened in there, Snurdly. I'm dealing with a perception. Perception's reality, and the perception is he got booed all day long. That's the media. That's what I say. Every news story from last night, yesterday afternoon, through today is that Romney got booed. That's what I'm dealing with. So if he got booed by treating them as independent thinking adult citizens, what could he have been praised for? Giving them more of what Obama's given them? I guess that's what they're happy with. Okay, how about 15% unemployment? I, Mitt Romney, guarantee 15% unemployment in the black community. Right on. That's what we want to hear. Now, I guarantee that 80% of black Americans will be on food stamps after my second year in office. Right on. That's exactly what we want to hear. Well, of course it sounds absurd, but the whole thing's absurd. This is my point. The Obamacare tax gets cheered because Obama has lied about every aspect of it. Democrats are convinced they can trade food stamps for votes, cash in on the ignorance of the people that they lie to. I mean, it's the lowest form of politics. It's a betrayal. Obama and the Democrats get away with betraying these people, and these people applaud them. The Democrats have promised variations on a utopian theme since LBJ's Great Society. And the intent was to do nothing more than buy votes with trinkets of dependency and false hope. And so fraud has been the Democrats' platform for black America for 50 years. And yesterday it was illustrated that the Democrat Party platform is fraud. Yesterday on this program, ladies and gentlemen, talking about what Romney was doing and so forth, I ventured this opinion. What I think Romney was really doing here in this speech today, I don't think he was speaking to that audience. That's why I kind of got a little short with Snurdly. I think he used the forum. He knew there's media there. I think he used the forum to try to take the occasion here to spread his own message about the economy and everything else he's trying to accomplish in his campaign. I think he used this event as an opportunity rather than to speak to these people directly as his primary purpose. So we put together a montage of various media figures all over the place, from the Washington Post to CNN to NBC to Nancy Pelosi, and this is what we found when we put the montage together.
He went in there with an eye toward an audience which is really not black voters.
Mitt Romney intentionally and willfully antagonized the audience down in Houston today.
That whole line about repealing Obamacare, could he maybe have been aiming at his own base with that one?
He really wasn't trying to talk to them. That he was trying to talk to somebody else.
He did not speak to the working class people who were in that room. He spoke beyond them.
The other audience is still his core constituency, his base.
He wasn't there to try to have a conversation with NAACP. He was there this afternoon to have a conversation with his Republican base.
It was a calculated move on his part to get booed at the NAACP convention.
Yeah, so I guess I called it. Show prep for the rest of the media. I said he was speaking to people beyond the audience, and that's what these people thought, too. And that was Pelosi at the end, is a calculated move to get booed. Why would he want to get booed? What's the calculation? That it's helpful to get booed at the NAACP? That's very cynical, is it not, folks? I mean, how much cynicism do you have to sit there and think that Romney purposely went in there to get booed by the NAACP so as to benefit him with other voting blocs? I can't imagine anybody doing anything like that, but not in American politics. It's a new law. I can't fathom. Romney himself. Romney last night, Fox News Channel, he was on with Neil Cavuto, who said, what's your reaction to the fact that you got booed in there?
I think we expected that, of course. But, I'm going to give the same message to the NAACP that I give across the country, which is that Obamacare is killing jobs. And if jobs is the priority, then we're going to have to replace Obamacare with something that actually holds down health care costs, as opposed to causing more spending for the government and more spending for American families.
Exactly. He went in there. He treated them like independent thinking adults, as good citizens. He got booed for telling them how he wanted to improve their lives and the lives of all Americans. He got booed for it. And he knew he was going to. He should have gone in there and promised more disaster, promised more calamity. Now, the response from one NAACP leader after his speech was quite telling. Charlotte Stoker Manning, the chairwoman of women in the NAACP. It's a subgroup. You have the NAACP, and then under that umbrella, you got the Congressional Black Caucasians, and then you have the women in the NAACP. So there's actually two NAACPs that women can be made. They can be a member of the umbrella group and then the subgroup women in the NAACP. And this babe, Charlotte Stoker Manning, is the chairwoman of the women in the NAACP. And she said, I believe Romney's vested interests are in white Americans. You can't possibly talk about jobs for black people at the level Romney's coming from. He's talking about entrepreneurship. He's talking about savings accounts. Black people can barely find a way to get back and forth from work. Black people don't know about savings accounts. Black people don't know about entrepreneurship. Who does Romney think he's talking to? Not making. She did. This is Charlotte Stoker Manning. She said those exact words. It's not racist, Snerdley. It's not possible in our political culture for blacks to be racist. The Reverend Jackson, in between mood swings, has told us this. There are no black racists. And do you know why? Because they don't have the power to enforce, implement, or use whatever their racism. They don't have the power. Tell it to Holder, tell it to... I'm telling you, the active, accepted political theory is that racism among blacks is not possible. I'll tell you again what Charlotte Stoker Manning, chairwoman of women of the NAACP, said. You can't talk about Romney. You can't talk about jobs for black people like he did. He's talking about entrepreneurship, savings accounts. Black people can barely find a way to get back and forth from work. They don't know savings accounts and entrepreneurship. I take you back. I take you back to Monday of this week on this program when I first introduced the notion of the economy and how it resonates as an economic issue. We'll be right back. Don't go away, folks.